Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. Alright guys, we're going to go to another photo from Mars, and then we got one coming up from the moon. Alright, this one here is cool, and you guys are going to like this. Now let's jump into that, and it's from Sol 1285. You can see it up here in the top left. It is the M-Cam, meaning mass cam, and of course it's a JPEG, not the best photo, at least photo quality, but nonetheless, not bad photo. Now, from what I can tell, I mean, this thing is up on a platform or a plateau type thing. You can see because there's actually a valley right here on the lower left. You can see that, and then, of course, it goes over to the other area. The area I'm looking at is right here, these other, looks like blocks, right? Now, I can tell you, oh my God, these guys, this particular photo is like building blocks of an ancient structure. At first, that's what I thought. But that's not the case. And I know you guys are going to be just like I am. I'm frustrated and PO'd, if you will. But let me show you what I'm talking about, because let's go right into it, because it's hard to zoom into this particular photo. As always, you'll get the link. That's how we roll on this channel. This way you guys can look it up and throw it into Photoshop yourselves, right? All right, so here's the photo we're talking about. And this one here, guys, don't get me wrong. Even after I show you the frustration and the part that really, like I said, will get on your nerves. So when I zoomed to this is what I seen. I was like, oh my God, they look like blocks, man. They look like building blocks. No. Okay. Here's the problem with it. If we were to simply just go into the original photo, which you see here, I didn't do anything to it. This is the way it comes. And you guys have seen the original. It's right there. So nothing's been done to this photo. Okay. All I got to do is zoom. And I said, oh my God, look at this. This is cool. I'm frustrated. But this is the way you got to look at these photos. And one way, they're hiding the shit out of these things, right? And that's your frustration. And that the fact that they're lying to us. The other side to it, if you look at it, the silver lining, I'm not so sure it's a silver lining, but regardless, you know they're hiding these things. That tells you, without a doubt, if there's nothing here to hide, meaning nothing intelligently made, I don't care if it's even organics, because they say there's nothing alive on the planet. So let's say it's shrubbery that they're hiding. What difference does it make? They're lying about it, so it gives you this idea in your head like, wow, you know what I mean? So there's much more to Mars than they're letting on, although I'm like you guys, and I'd love to see the real deal and what these people are really looking at. But let's get with this. All right, so if we go like this here, go into, we're going to go into the raw plating of this. We're going to use the black plate this time on this. And I can do this here. I'm going to show you both aspects and what I mean by that, and you'll see that in a second. Okay. Again, more manipulation, more obfuscation. Look at this. Flat out taking the information right out of this photo. And I'm going to use the brush, but it ain't going to be the red or anything like that. But you can see this right here. Okay, let's do this. Well, we can't do it. We're actually in black plate, so it's a little tough to do that, right? But you guys can see it right here. Check that out. Square right here. And of course, I'm going around it, so this way you guys can see the information is actually redacted out of there. Look at this. This area right here, completely gone of information. Why? What's the point? Here. Every one of these that I thought was a block, thought, hey, maybe it's a building block. It's not. Right here. Here's the funny part. And I'm going to show you this a little bit better in this area. This area, particular area right here, that there's all kinds of stuff in it. I mean, it's literally loaded with parts and stuff. This is what we're looking at. I'm going to show you guys right here. This item right here, behind this manipulation and obfuscation right here. And look at this mess. This is funny because it's just like it's blatant. It's so blatant. Look at this. Right here. Not too bad right there. Then it gets darker, meaning complete redaction of information. Completely redacted. But the item, check this out, guys. You guys are going to like this. The item is literally right here. It hasn't been completely taken out. And if you look, there's some kind of weird funnel-like object sticking out of this thing. It literally comes up like this, and I'm sure it does it on the other corner as well. And then you got what looks like a blocked-out area behind this, or part of, I should say, and it's running like this here. Now, because it doesn't look like much because I'm actually zoomed in, so I get your point, you'd probably say, man, I can't make heads or tails of this thing. And that's exactly what they want, right? More objects right here. They're there. I mean, look at this weird looking, I don't even know how to say it, but it's this weird kind of pattern that they put on there to get rid of the item. And then you can see this actual white area right here. That's the actual object. And you actually can see this right here, the outline, because it's been blurred. It does this here. Goes down like this, and actually has a round piece to it. All right. I'm going to show you this a little bit better in a second as far as the plating and the raw parts of this photo. Here. All right. This right here. There's white areas right down here. If you guys can see this, right in here. Okay? Doesn't end there. This thing actually goes all the way to the end here. Back out. Here's the funny part. Check this thing out. Whatever this thing is hovering off the ground, and I don't mean literally by itself, meaning nothing connected to it, but you can see this thing is like this, and you can see the shadow to it underneath it. So, they're not just simple rocks, guys. I promise you they're not. And again, complete redaction of information right here. Here. They're just rocks. Why would you need to take out any information out of this photo? And people want to use the argument, oh, it's a JPEG. This is the reason why you see it. No, 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 no. It's blatant information being taken out of the photo. So they can believe what they like. That's fine with me. But you're just fooling yourself. Now, here's where it gets cooler. I actually enhanced this photo, and now we can see the actual whiter areas a little bit better. Now, the area that I showed you right here, you can now see that a little bit better through the actual manipulation and what they put on. To me, it's like a spot, almost like they could put their own compression marks, only a lot larger, and they could just wear it right off and literally block out what they don't want you to see. It's like a combination between a grayscale filter and a blur, right? So it just knocks the details right out of the photo. Again, this object right here, you can see this right here. This is cool. This whole object behind this obfuscation here, you can see it's going like this. And I'm not sure where it ends there, but it goes like this. And of course, there's a more blur here, so it's called. But this white thing is the actual anomaly. See that? I'm going to change it back and forth. And you can see this object still runs behind this. It's in this right here. Check this out. This is cool. I'm going to show you this a little bit better in the regular photo. Again, now you can look at this object a little bit better, and it appears that it has not just one, but it looks like there's a second one right here. And this thing doing this here. It appears to go like this. At least from the shadowing and the light itself, that's what it appears to do, right? And this thing goes down. Again, the objects are right behind the manipulation. They're literally just stamping out the information, and it's just weird. This thing. And I'm going to show you this a little bit better in a minute. Check this out. What I see is this weird looking piece. It comes down, kind of bulges out a little bit, goes back down. You can see this thing round like this here. It looks like it's actually round right here. Okay? And it has like this, it's rectangular in shape. Whatever the hell that thing is, again, this has been blurred, guys. Check this out. It's been blurred from here on. But yet you can see that thing. See that? That is just cool looking. Whatever the hell that is, it's mechanical in nature. I promise you it is. In fact, I'll stake my life on it. Okay? Now, I'm going to jump back into the regular photo. Now, again, guys, just look at, just picture this, the whole item right here. This thing sitting right here, and you can see, again, this item right here. This white piece is the actual item. All right, I'm going to go right back to the CMYK, and here you go. Check this stuff out. I'm going to brighten up a little bit, and check this out. You can see this now. Blatant manipulation. And then there's a blurring area right here. Check this stuff out, guys. Literally goes up like this and then back down. There's the obfuscation. I love these guys. These guys are great, but you know what? They must think the public is a bunch of dumb shits. That's the only thing I can think of. Because clearly, it's so blatant, but they're like, oh, they won't notice it. They'll just think because it's a JPEG, clearly it's nothing more than JPEG artifacts. Not true. And that's a bunch of trash. You can see it right here. Because at best, at the very worst, I should say, you should see these blocks, these completely blacked out, or this manipulation, obfuscation, you should see it all over the photo then. Or, at the very least, you should see at least detail that looks like this. Meaning you can see the detail, but it's because it's blurry and it's not so great being a JPEG, that's you should see. You should not see blatant blurring or obfuscation in this. It's just not. It's not going to happen. Here's another item right here, and this is pretty cool looking. Check this thing out. It has some kind of weird round pieces in it right here. Again, we get this object right here. It's got like this weird point to it right here at the top. And guess what? There's a shadow under it right there. See that? That's pretty cool. All right, so this is what I did to bring out most of this stuff right here. And this is what we got. This is the end piece. Check that out. Again, this is the item. And again, guys, I don't know if this is all one piece or they're multiple pieces. 1, 2, because it's actually a pretty large piece right here. When I say large, like I said, I don't think these things are very big. They are in a distance, but from what we're seeing, it doesn't appear to be super big items. It doesn't need to be. It could be just something that fits in the palm of your hand. If they want to hide this, they're going to go, well, clearly we're just going to obfuscate it. We don't need to have it in there. So this item right here, this white object right here, let me just zoom into that. You could see it actually goes like this. Goes like this. Well, I was going to go around that blur, which I don't need to be doing. Go like this, and it goes around. The rest of this is hidden in the back of this. You can still see the faint piece of white, but you can see it all the way through this. But like I said, by using the dodge tool, you can bring this thing out, because what it's going to do is anything. I went like this back and forth of this, through this area, through this area, through this area, and this is what came up, meaning it come out of the blur. Now, clearly, we can't make out the anomalies, right? We can't make that out, but we know for a fact that this stuff is there, right? Here's the other item I was telling you about right here. And again, it has that weird, looks like it's a block type thing like this, and it goes all the way back. At least that's what it appears to do. And it has this, I'm not sure if this is a pipe type thing, comes out, gets larger here, goes back down into the ground, and it has this circle in it. I don't know, does anybody else see that? Let me do that. Let me just zoom back in again. This time I'm not going to go too crazy zooming in because we don't want it to break apart. What do you guys think of that right here? It surely doesn't look like any rock I've seen. And again, we can see what looks like this right here. I don't know if you can see this, but there's like pieces sticking out of this actual... I can see what looks like little circles and little squares in this thing. And here we go with this white piece. And again, this has been manipulated, and they're just putting this stuff in front of these items. You can see it's the white piece still runs back here. So I believe there's something large sitting right here. You can actually see the very top of it. See this right here? Going like this. You can see the top of that. So, again, guys, these things are in the photo. Now, there's two ways to looking at this. Like I said earlier, frustration sets in. You're pissed off because you're not seeing the items that you want to see. But then again, you know that they're actually hiding it. That's the whole thing. So the question would be, what would they be hiding? Even if it's as simple as organics, which I highly doubt this is, they're going to block it out. This is like so blatant. Look at this. Right here. Completely taken out, obfuscated right out of there. Information redacted out of these parts of the photo. Why? There's nothing here to see, right? It's just simply rocks. You know, just look around the whole photo. You can see this, what looks like bizarre shapes. Now, I'm not saying there's no rocks here, because clearly there is. I just noticed this here. Look at this stuff. Whatever the hell this thing is. You can see it coming out like this here. And it branches off. Something right in the middle here. This thing keeps going over to here. And again, here we are again with more obfuscation. Look at this. Because I wouldn't care about seeing... See this right here? This is called a piss poor photo, low res. That's what that's called. But there's detail there. When you see this area here, it's completely blurred and obfuscated out. Why? Now look at this item right here. Check this out. Clearly that does not look like a simple rock. This is actually coming out of this piece right here. Whatever the hell it is, you can literally see a circle around it very, very faintly doing this. So this thing's going into this other piece and going up into here. Now, you ever see a rock do that before? Not last time I looked around. Yeah, this whole area right here. Yeah. You just got to look at these things. Look at the details, guys. The details will tell all. And just this mismatch of garbage back here. I mean, oh my God. You know, let's just back out a little bit here. Just a little bit. And guys, just pause it anyway. You guys know that. Look at this thing. Look at this right here. Looks like it's got this weird, funky, almost like a doorway type thing. See that? Go like that. And it's all white inside here. Looks like some kind of petrified log sitting right here. Whatever that may be. May not even be that. Here's another object. Check that out. What the hell would you call that? Whatever that is, it looks like a silver dome-ish kind of item. See that? What do you suppose that is? And it's actually reflecting the sunlight. What could that be, guys? This is what I'm saying. Odd-looking objects that clearly... Listen, anybody can go into a rock field and just see like a ton of rocks, right? And like I said, I wouldn't say all of them, but most of them. Like if you go into, it's just a bunch of jagged rocks. Well, that's what it is. It has uniformity to it. It has all the rocks are pretty much the same. Like I said, if you were to go into a dried up riverbed or an active river, take out the rocks and they've been there for X amount of years, they're rounded. They'll all be pretty much rounded depending on how long they've been in the river, right? Okay. Then you come here and you see like just a mismatch of all kinds of jagged rocks, smooth rocks, things that just simply don't belong. And you know it looks like more of a debris field than it does look like a rock field. Look at this. You can see these lines back here. Check this out. Going back here in the background has these dividers. Almost looks like compartments. Now I don't know compartments to what, but literally you can see these like openings in this ground. Now, if it's been there for X amount of years, clearly it's not going to be super smooth and completely angular, 90-degree angles and so on and so forth, right? What could that be? Now look at this right here. Check this out. What is that? It's got some kind of design or something in that. Nice 90-degree angle right here. You guys see that? Nice 90-degree angle right here. Got that, like I said, that dome-ish looking thing. Come on, man. At some point, like I said, I know a lot of people will argue their point, oh, you don't understand, they're just rocks. And I get it. Listen, like I said, I live in a rocky mountain state, man. West Virginia can't get much rockier. You know, I've seen rocks, piles of rocks. Come on now. You can't be serious when you look at this thing and go, oh, yeah, they're just simply rocks. You need to take a deeper look into it. I mean, even if you don't believe me, that's fine. Listen, I'm just here to bring the stuff to you, and you guys just analyze it and check it out for yourself. You don't have to believe a thing I say. These are just strictly my opinions, and a lot of times it's just speculation. Why? Again, because there's no way to prove it. But you get the idea, guys. I mean, what the hell's going on here? Again, I share your frustration. I could be more pissed off when I look at these things. I'm just going, oh my God, you're kidding me right now, right? Where's this other, this is pretty cool too. See? Right here. This wall, the so-called wall. Right here. Perfect. I'm talking perfectly done. Look at this. Absolutely perfectly straight down. And here's the funny part. Check this out. You can see this. If people go, oh, it's because it's a dock area. That's not true either. Watch this. If that's the case, look at the way this thing's been taken out. Straight across. Boom. No detail at all in this area. Suddenly, ooh, wow, we got detail right here. Back into the blur again. Right here. It's almost like they're just taking out parts of it, but they're either forgetting purposely or they're just not doing a very good job of it. The reason why I keep doing these, because I know if they're taking this stuff out and they're blocking it, that gives me hope that at one time, maybe in the very near future, this will be exposed. And that's my hope. I'm hoping that a couple of these scientists, believe it or not, mainstream scientists, they may go, I'm just going to stumble on one of these silly videos here on YouTube and then come across like mine or somebody else doing these and go, well, goddamn, man, well, you can see that. That's blatant tampering with the photo. And start to raise eyebrows and put pressure on NASA or JPL and even all the other space agencies are doing the same thing, right? Listen, if you show one thing that's intelligently made, and we've seen plenty of these things, if people want to open their eyes, they'll see this for themselves, then to me, there's no question, without a doubt, there was life other than here on Earth. And I know you guys agree with that. All right, guys, I want to let you guys go. As always, guys, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts, because you know what? To me, it's a learning curve. Sometimes I don't see everything, and sometimes I purposely don't see everything. And I'll have some of you guys going, Man, you didn't see this. How come you're not seeing this? I don't understand. Well, this is the reason why we're all in on this. We're all analyzing these photos. And when you mention it in the comment section, other people can take note of that too. And we all learn. We all see it. That's the whole point. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like and definitely share these videos, man, because that's what makes this information more important, right? Because more people are seeing it. Anyway, guys, stay tuned for that moon video coming up. You guys are going to like this. Talk about, like I said, major whitewashing this photo. My God. It's just, and then when you see the real photo, it's kind of ominous. Anyway, guys, stay tuned for that. That I got coming up next. Anyway, guys, have yourself a good one, and I'll see you on the flip side.